This is Mariah from Unpacking Disability, and I am here today with a new old piece. And it's something that I originally published back in 2014, and it is a post that's talking about coming to terms with disability, my own story of coming to terms with my own disabilities. And it was a part of a blog hop challenge that myself and some other parents of kids with disabilities were engaging in, just really talking about how we came to be a part of this world, this disabled world, and this cross-disability community. So, coming to terms with disability. When I first see that phrase, I get an image in my head of a body wrestling with this unknown blob. And the blob is disability. It's like we have this notion in our culture that disability, end quote, is this big baddie, this sick, weak, unsexy, unknown, and that we need to overcome it, wrestle it down to the ground, stand with our foot on its chest and proudly say something Scott Hamilton-ish, like, "There's no disability in life but a bad attitude." Or we get to some point where we see the value in what people with disabilities do, which is to see, hear, walk, think, respond, or feel in ways that are less mainstream than most. When that happens, I think there's usually this war with the word disability, end quote, itself, and all kinds of stuff like "don't dish my ability," "differently abled," or even "special needs" come forth. Coming to terms with disability for me was about the wrestling match with the blob. Yeah, it was. And this is what happened. I wrestled with the blob. I got that sucker under me. I stood up just as I was supposed to. I put my foot on its chest. And when I looked down, I realized I needed it. I needed and desperately wanted that connection with others like me, who see, hear, walk, think, respond, or feel in ways that are less mainstream than most. I didn't want to feel alone. I didn't want to push what was, dare I say, special about me into the box of mainstream and not honor or develop those skills. I didn't want to pretend my experience in this life is to be chalked up to overcoming, because it's not. It's about experiencing. It's about the choices that I make within the framework of possibility. So I reached down and helped the blob up and embraced it. And when I embraced it, it turned into a sparkling unicorn that farted rainbows. And I have a picture in the blog post with a flying unicorn that's farting one long rainbow. Which is to say, when I leaned in and welcomed it, it was what I needed and wanted. It was community and answers and pride and empowerment. It was joy in our beauty, all our beauty. It was amazement at our diverse talent. It was frustration with a stupid employment system, with old ways of doing things that make no sense, with prejudice and discrimination. But it was also with a fierce drive to change those pieces. And those pieces can be changed. Those of us with disabilities, we're the canaries in the mine. We're the people with the knowledge, skills, and abilities that have the potential to transform by pure dint of the fact that we are forced to think outside the box on a daily basis. Those of us with disabilities, we are the counselors, empaths, healers, engineers, designers, creatives, and lovers of the future. We have it all, And we've been pushed into ill-fitting molds for so long that the gifts that we have come with haven't remotely been tapped. We are the mavericks who assist the non-disabled to think, do, be more creatively. We inspire and promote change. We push our societies to new levels of living, design, and justice. Coming to terms with disability, this was a wrestling match, then an embrace of a blob, a transformation, a recognition, and an affirmation of my own self and my community. It was a lens placed over my viewfinder of life, one that honors my daughter as well as myself. It is a place of pride and power and unicorns. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to your thoughts on this and to furthering this discussion about the ways in which we experience disability, the ways in which we interact with disabilities in our world, the way that disability affects us, the way that we're coming into our personal pride and disability power.